You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. Welcome to another edition of Turkish Football Podcast. Next 15 minutes, we'll talk about what happened this past Tuesday. As you know, a Turkish national team won an away match that they had to win it. They did win. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about what's coming up in the Turkish Super Lig, Week 13. The biggest match of the derby, Galatasaray against Fenerbahce. This coming up on Sunday. So stay tuned for those. But first, let's talk about what happened with the Turkish national team. Well, we know that it was a must-win. It was a do-or-die match to order to stay alive in this group. After beating Montenegro in Montenegro 2-1, Turkey now has to play at least two more playoff matches if they want to go to World Cup 2022. So it was a good win. Turkish national team started the match very bad. In the fourth minute, Montenegro scored, but Turkey came back with goals tying with Kerem, and then the winning goal by Orkun made it things very good for Turkish national team and Turkish football fans around the world. So this was a must-win match, and they did that. The only thing I've been saying this along my other podcasts, many of them, I said if we didn't lose or tied the home matches against Latvia, Montenegro, and Norway, we would have finished on top of this group, on top of Netherlands. Because, let's face it, under Şenol Güneş, Turkish national team started for this matches very good. They beat Netherlands at home. That was a huge win. But the thing after that, the home games that we played, we should have won them. All those three matches were draw. So if you look at the points that Turkish national team missed on those three matches, that totals 6 points. After all the matches played right now in the group, Netherlands sits on top of 23. Turkish national team is on second place. They're with 21 points, and Norway with 18 points. So if those 6 points was earned, we could have been on top with 27 points of this group. We missed a big chance going straight to the World Cup. Blame it to, again, I'm going to say it, blame it to Şenol Güneş. Blame it to the Turkish national team players. Whatever happened in those three home matches that we played against Latvia and Montenegro and Norway, ties, draws against those teams, it cost Turkey not to go to World Cup straight from being as the group leader. So, whatever happened, it happened. But ever since Stefan Kuntz took this team, this was his fourth match. He won 3 and tied 1. It's a good start for Stefan Kuntz. A lot of people, when he came to coach Turkish national team, we had a lot of naysayers in Turkey. So, can Turkey go to World Cup 2022 after playing 2 matches in the playoffs? Because, let's face it, in the playoffs, we will be traveling. We will be a away team. It is going to be tough. If you look at the teams, the home teams that we might face, there are very strong teams like teams like Italy, Portugal, Russia, Sweden, Scotland, and Wales. So one of those teams will face in the first match. It's a do-die match. It's only one match. Winner goes up and a loser goes home. So the draw will be taking place on November 26th. So who would you want Turkey to face in the first playoff match? Italy, Portugal, Russia, Sweden, Scotland, or Wales? They're all tough teams. There's no easy matches in the playoffs. So good luck to Turkish national team, and congratulations to Stefan Kuntz and Turkish boys doing a great job. I think this team is looking good so far. The way that the discipline, they didn't leave the discipline on the pitch for 90 minutes. They kept it under control, even though they were scored on early in the 4th minute. So we'll wait. Turkish national team still alive and kicking. We'll see what happens in the playoff matches. So we'll be back to talk about the matches that coming up in the playoffs. But this is it, and I will talk about a little bit about what happened in the week 12, and we'll go and preview the week 13 coming up matches starting on Saturday and Sunday. Now, as you know, international break brings a lot of injuries to the teams. The players are traveling to all over the world to play with their national teams, just like Galatasaray had a player played in United States national team, and Beşiktaş had a couple players played in Canadian national team. They just played last night in a winnery position, and Hatayspor had all these teams that are playing in the Turkish Super Lig have players playing for their national team. Will this affect the upcoming games in the Turkish Super Lig? Definitely. Because let's face it, if you take Beşiktaş right now, Atiba played 90 minutes. Kyle Larin scored 2 goals for Canada. They beat Mexico 2-0 in wintery, snowy Edmonton. This was their first win since 2000 against Mexico. Canada sits on top of that group, on top of United States. And Hatayspor has a player that plays for Canadian national team too. So that is going to be a big effect this weekend because they have to travel. Let's say if they travel right now on Wednesday, they get to Turkey Thursday, and there's matches on Saturday and Sunday, especially for Beşiktaş Saturday over there. So that's going to be huge, huge matches, and we'll see. It might damage some of the teams because of tiredness for Turkish players that playing in the Turkish Super Lig coming tired to the home matches or Turkish Super Lig matches. So in the 12th weekend, I did not talk much about it, but I said kudos to Trabzonspor. Trabzonspor is on top of the Turkish Super Lig, opening the gap on top, and they're with 30 points, and Galatasaray 9 points away from Trabzonspor, and Fenerbahce and Beşiktaş are 10 points behind Trabzonspor. So Trabzonspor opening the gap. Could they contain this gap between these teams? We'll find out. But in the week 12, I would say I would like to mention something about Başakşehir. Ever since Emre Belözoğlu came into the scene, he won his 4th back-to-back match, and they're looking good in the standings. They are in the 9th place with 18 points, right behind Fatih Karagümrük and Fenerbahce and Beşiktaş. So things are looking good for Başakşehir. Will they repeat this weekend? Another win? We'll see. So in the week 12, while Trabzonspor won, Beşiktaş and Galatasaray lost, and Fenerbahce tied at home against Kayseri. That was the huge thing. And looking at the week 13, Turkish Super Lig will start on Saturday. There are 4 matches. Hatayspor, the team who is in 2nd place, will face Antalyaspor. And Başakşehir will be at home against Sivasspor. And Giresunspor will host Yeni Malatyaspor. Here's the point. Giresun with 10 points and Yeni Malatya with 12 points. This should be a very interesting match. And Alanya will host Beşiktaş. Alanya with 21 points. They're in the 5th place. And Beşiktaş with 20 points. Another huge match. This is a huge match for both teams. On Sunday, the biggest match of the year, probably, and the match of the week will take place in Istanbul. Galatasaray will host Fenerbahce. This is another huge match. Galatasaray with 21 points and Fenerbahce with 20 points. There are other games on Sunday. There's no matches on Monday. And other matches on Sunday, Kasımpaşa will be at home against Karagümrük. Altay will host Adana Demirspor. And Konyaspor will be at home against Rizespor. And Trabzonspor, the first place team, Trabzonspor will host Gaziantep. Gaziantep with 15 points. And as I mentioned to you before, Trabzonspor with 30 points sits on top of Turkish Super Lig. And Kayserispor will host Göztepe at home. Kayserispor has 15 points and Göztepe is with only 9 points. Standings, as I mentioned to you, Trabzonspor sits on top with 30 points and Hatayspor 2nd place with 23 points. 3rd place team, Konyaspor, 23 points. So as you could see, there are no big 3 Istanbul teams on top of 3. So will it be somebody there? If after the week 13, we shall find out. On the bottom of the standings, Rizespor is the last team with 7 points. Göztepe is in 19th place with 9 points. 18th place, Kasımpaşa with 9 points. 17th place, Giresun with 10 points. 16th place, Yeni Malatya with 12 points. 15th place, Sivasspor, 13 points. There are 3 teams with 15 points who are also in danger, right above the danger zone. Antep, Gaziantep, Kayseri, and Antalya. They have to win their matches. So, after these matches play week 13, we should see what will happen at the end of the week 13. Will Trabzonspor still open the gap, win their match against Gaziantep? That is something to be seen, but it is not going to be an easy match for Trabzonspor. So, the match of the week everybody is waiting for, who will win it? Galatasaray or Fenerbahce? We'll find out. Listen to my podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. See you next time. Bye-bye.